Hi everyone, this is Oh My Giona, and there will be no One Piece chapter or episode this week, which is just sad. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to do something else. And because there's nothing to react to. But I will be doing Who's My Favorite Straw Hat? Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. You guys probably know who it is. So my favorite Straw Hat is Sanji. And I'm going to talk about Sanji this whole video because I love him. And I just want to clarify, when I say favorite Straw Hat, that does not include Luffy because Luffy is a different category on his own. And yeah, I love Luffy. He's my captain. And I trust him. I believe in him. And yeah. Doesn't everybody just love Luffy as like the first person for like in their heart? Right. So yeah, it's always Luffy and then my favorite Straw Hat. Okay? So yeah, my favorite Straw Hat is Sanji. From the beginning. When he first got introduced in Baratie arc, I already love him. Well, I like his design. Him wearing a suit. Not his smoking. I don't like smoking. But him being a chef, I really like that. His fighting style and how Oda was drawing him with like his legs extended. That's so cool. I just love him. His style. I like all of that. I even like him being such a gentleman. Well, at least in the beginning. I like all of that. And then he had such a good backstory. At least the backstory we knew during Baratie arc. I guess it's because like I'm a person who like I read One Piece. It's a battle like shonen. But what I like about One Piece the most is the story, especially the flashbacks. And like in the beginning, well, we had Luffy. I like the backstory we had of him with Shanks and all that. That was cute. And then we had Zoro, his backstory with Kuina. You know, that was okay. That was touching. I can see why he wanted to become the best swordsman for Kuina, for himself as well. And then after that, we had Usopp's story, which is, you know, it was okay. And then all of a sudden we got Sanji in Baratie, and it's like, wait, this is the kind of manga we're reading? Him, as a child being like an apprentice on that cruise ship, and he didn't want to eat like leftovers because they're leftovers and other people ate it. It's not like it was my family who ate it. But like he was just throwing everything away. He wasn't very grateful about his life and all that. But he has a dream. His dream to find the All Blue. But then Zeph came when he was still a pirate. And threatened that dream. Like, oh, Sanji was thinking, like, I'm gonna die. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. And then he fell off. And Zeph saved him. Oh gosh. And this is where it really turns dark. The anime didn't show it. How did he do it in an anime? No, like in anime, Zeph's leg was cut off because he was trying to save Sanji. And yeah, didn't make sense. But anyway. But in the manga, like what really happened was that Zeph, because they didn't have food and they were on that rock for like so long, Zeph gave Sanji all his food, like all the food that he has, and then he cut his leg and ate it. Oh my gosh. That was like so shocking, to be honest. And like if you're reading the manga or like watching the anime, it was like, oh, this is so much fun. It's a pirate story. yeah, it's fun. Like, sea adventures and all that. And then you get to the Sanji flashback and you're like, no, I'm not ready for this. It just really went dark. And Sanji, he was like all bones, didn't have food. Then he realized that this dude he was trying to kill actually gave him all the food that he has, and he ate his leg so he can survive. And like, for a child, like, how old was Sanji during this time? It was 8? It was 8, right? It was 8. For someone to go through so much. And like, from that backstory, I was hooked. Like, okay? Like, I already love Sanji. And like in the Baratie arc, there's what is it? This one line that Luffy said to Sanji that I still remember to this day, and I keep it close to my heart. Because Sanji was saying he's willing to offer his life for Zeph's dream, for his restaurant, for Zeph, you know, and he'd rather die if he could save the restaurant. And Luffy told Sanji, like, that's dumb. That's not a way to repay. I'm gonna cry. That's not a way to repay someone's kindness. Your death is not gonna repay anything to him. You should live. Like, that's what you should think about. And, you know, like, we all had dark times. And when I was watching One Piece and I saw this, I always think about that line whenever I'm having a hard time and I feel like, you know, like, it's just end everything kind of thing. I always think about that. Luffy saying that to Sanji, like, it's dying is not a way of repaying someone's kindness to you. You should live on, because that's why he saved you for. And oh my god, hey, I can do it. Anyway, that one line really hits me hard here. Okay, so if you're going through something and Luffy helped you one way or another, I want you to know that Luffy would want you to live on, because that's why he told Sanji. And Sanji, oh my gosh, and my brain's already like skipping to whole cake with us finding out more about Sanji, and like the Baratie arc hits even more. Oh gosh, why is One Piece so good? Anyway, so I like Sanji even from then on. And it was after that, Nami, oh gosh, the Nami really went hard on the flashback. There was that, and then in Arabasta, Mr. Prince. Like, what can I say? Doesn't everyone love Mr. Prince? He was really amazing in there. Also, I love his rivalry with Zoro and just the whole dynamic they have when they're together. You know, some people think that they really hate each other, but actually I don't think so. They're just brothers, you know, and that's what like siblings do. They always fight all the time, but they got each other's back. And yeah, so I like both Zoro and I like Sanji. I like Sanji a little bit more, but anyway. In Arabasta, when we got Mr. Prince and we saw just like how smart Sanji is, he's the only person who actually had a plan. And oh my gosh, when he did that, like, oh, you have like crappy restaurant, like, who is this? And then he already thought like, oh, I can use this, you know, like this opportunity, I can use it for later on. And he did. And he even got us the Arabasta, not log post, eternal post, which helped us get there fast. Oh my gosh. That was so good. And then when he did like that, this is Mr. Prince to save the crew when Crocodile had them locked up. And that was so good. Like, that was one of like the top Sanji moments. But we saw him. He's not just like a good fighter. He's not just sweet. He's not just a good cook. He's also smart. And seriously, Sanji's the only one who like showers every day. So anyway, I guess that's not very important, but it did factor into why I like him. Anyway, we had Arabasta. He was amazing in there. His fight with Bonchan was so good. I like it. What else did Sanji do in there? I'm like thinking. Anyway, yeah, he was Sanji, Mr. Prince, the tactician in that arc. And then, oh my gosh, it was, Skypiea. Oh, I almost skipped Skypiea. Weird. In Skypiea, he was like electrocuted so many times, but he kept coming back. I really like how he went up to Maxim, the arc, Enel's arc, to save Nami, save Usopp as well. He always tells them like, oh, you can save yourself, but Sanji's kind. He would save everyone. But that was so cool. And oh my god, that moment when he said like, I was just gonna ask for a light when Enel electrocuted him. That was so good. I love that moment. Oh, I was thinking of Luffy like doing this Sanji impersonation. Well, Skypiea. That was really good too. And I like when he was cooking using the dials. That was cute. And then we have Water 7. And Water 7, I really love Sanji in here too. Oh my gosh, Sanji actually has so many good moments. In Water 7, he did that chopper. What was it? What was it? Like, believe in women's tears? Don't get fooled? Oh gosh, I can't be... What was it? Don't get fooled by women's lies? Like, believe their tears instead, or something like that. Oh gosh, I can't think of like the actual line. But when Robin said that, oh, I'm done with the crew, I'm leaving, and Chopper was really upset. But Sanji's like, nope, I know she's lying, and we have to help her. And then he disappears, right? But then I'm getting hyped. And then we see him at the train station. That was so good. I'm thinking of like how it was in the anime, and it was like dark, and there was like a shadow, and then Sanji lights up his cigarette, and there's like just a faint light from that, and we see him, and he's like, bingo. Is it bingo? Did he say bingo? He said bingo, right? Because he saw that they're taking Robin via the sea train, and that was so good. And he went there, beat up all like the dudes. He was by himself, and I'm like, Sanji, are you gonna be okay? Like, but he met up with Usopp and Frankie, so that was cool. Oh, and then that moment he said to Luffy, even if you tell me not to do anything, I'm not gonna listen. After hearing that Robin was gonna sacrifice herself for us, do you think I can just sit here and wait? And then he like crushes the Dendenmushi receiver. That was so good. I like that moment. Oh my gosh. Oh, but then he fought like Wanze. Oh, I hate Wanze. That dude is gross. But we saw Sanji like fighting with knives. And that was so cool because he can use swords as well. He just chooses not to. And he was still so cool. But Wanze is gross. Ugh. I don't want to remember that. And then I'm just going through all the Sanji moments. I can't believe there's actually a lot of them. My gosh. In what's the name? In Enya's lobby, he did this clutch of him actually thinking to switch the gears so that the gates would like, did they close or open? So no, the gates would close so that there would be like whirlpools. Like, that's so smart. if not for that, we wouldn't have gotten out of Enya's lobby, to be honest. So that was a really good Sanji moment. Oh my gosh. What's after Waters? Oh gosh, Thriller Bark. Okay, here's the thing. Thriller Bark, I don't think there were any good Sanji moments in this one. Yeah, I like Thriller Bark. It was really funny. But yeah, I didn't like Sanji in this one. What did he even do? Except perv. No, he didn't do anything, hey? I'm thinking he was cute when he was like in the zombie. Like the tiny zombie. He was cute in there. But then when he perved with Absalom, that's crazy. What else did Sanji? Oh, okay. I feel like I just have like the pages of One Piece in my brain, and I kind of just like flip through it and like, okay, which arc, which page? Oh, towards the end, it was pretty cool. Of course, it was actually Zoro's moment. And well, I mean, nothing happened in that moment, right? But Sanji offering his life instead of Zoro's, that was really sweet too, because it's kind of like, it's touching because Zoro was offering his life for Luffy's dream, but then you have Sanji here who's offering his life because he knows how much Zoro also wants to achieve his dream, right? And he's probably thinking like, well, I just want to find all blue, whatever. But Zoro really wanted to be like the best swordsman, and Luffy will be the pirate king. So he offered his life. That was sweet. But Zoro, of course, he had to like just hit him, because Zoro also cares, and he'd rather offer his life for his crewmates. And then that nothing happened moment, that was so good. And Sanji, he was actually very worried, like what happened to Zoro when he woke up. So he was the one who looked for Zoro and brought him back. And he also told like the brothers, what's their names? The two brothers in Lola's crew. He told them not to tell anyone about Zoro's sacrifice, because that's just gonna wreck Luffy, knowing that Zoro's in this state because Kuma took all Luffy's sufferings and put it into Zoro. And yeah, I guess that there was a nice moment of Sanji in Thriller Bark. Of course, like a lot of people hated Sanji in that arc, but okay, like I get it why people don't like Sanji for being a perv. I really understand why, but to me, I know that Oda is doing these for the gag, and it's not right, it's not appropriate, but it's what sells, to be honest. And I know Oda's still gonna do it. I hope he tones it down. Oh, he's toned it down. But I understand why people won't like Sanji. It's just, to me, I see Sanji as a better person than, because people only fixate on the bad things. Like Sanji is a perv, so they just think of Sanji as a perv. That's his whole being, and just disregarding everything that Sanji has done through the whole story. And I don't think that's fair. But to each their own. That's fine. I still like Sanji. Moving on, Thriller Bark, go away. I still like Thriller Bark. It's one of the funniest arcs, but Sanji didn't have a lot of good moments in it. Anyway, oh gosh, how long is this video gonna last? I'm just going through all the Sanji moments that I love. Thriller Bark. Well, there's not a a lot of Sanji or the crew after this, because it's mostly like Luffy trying to save Ace. So there was that. And well, I guess Fishman Island would be the next one. And well, Fishman Island, I didn't really mind his nosebleeds because it was like connected to the story. That's fine. It was part of the plot, so that was okay. It was pretty dumb though. It was just so funny because Chopper's just so done with him. Like, okay, you know what? Like, I don't even care anymore. Like, Usopp's like, yeah, wait to go. Like, that's a weird way to die, but okay, I guess you're happy. That was funny. But how did Sanji do it? Wait, Fishman Island. Who did he fight? Oh no, he fought like well, that's me. The fights in Fisherman Island they weren't that good anyway. But I like Fisherman Island for the flashbacks and the stuff that it set up for the future arcs. But because we're only talking about Sanji stuff, we're gonna move on. Oh gosh, Punk Hazard. Oh, I really like this arc for Sanji. Oh no, he did like the Nami Sanji thing. And, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think that Nami Sanji is so beautiful. She's so attractive. I like the mix of genes. Sanji and Nami look so good together. But yeah, he was perving over there too. But he also saved Kinemon. And Kinemon has been with us for so long, since that arc. And if Sanji didn't save Kinemon, we wouldn't be in Wano, to be honest. And I just love how it shows how kind of a person Sanji is. He just can't leave people behind, okay? They didn't even know the samurai. They shouldn't care. He's just whatever, you know? But Sanji took him. Oh, you know what? Maybe because Kinemon was saying something about how he has to save his son. And maybe that really triggered Sanji. Because, you know, he didn't have a good relationship with his father. And to see someone else, like a father, so desperate. He was like cut up on the ground. But all he could think of was how to save his son. And maybe that's why Sanji saved him, eh? But back then we didn't know that because we didn't know about the Vince Smokes. It just shows how kind of a person Sanji is. He saved Kinemon. He saved the Navy. He was, oh my gosh. I love that scene when the Navy, like the Marines, they were following Sanji because Sanji saved them. And then they saw Zoro, and Sanji was just like, stick your tongue out and tell him like bleh to Zoro, and they all did it. Ah, that was so cute. And then he even says like, don't worry about Tashigi, because Zoro's there and Zoro will protect her. Like, he just looks rough, but he always pulls through. And he's softer than you think. I love that. I really like that. And Sanji feeding all of them in the end. That's beautiful. And then, wow, like, now that I think about it, and I'm talking about, well, just the Sanji moments in each arc, like, just discovering how beautiful One Piece is actually, because I'm not just thinking about Sanji, but like the implications of each arc, especially for like the post time skip ones, and how they connect to each other. And my gosh, like, even for Punk Hazard, this is when I caught up with the manga, because I was watching the anime, and then I caught up when it was in Punk Hazard, like halfway of that maybe. Then I switched to the manga. So it was really hard because it was like weekly, and then there was nothing else to watch or read, and I had to wait every week. So I didn't have a lot of fondness for Punk Hazard, but now being in Wano, and I was rewatching Punk Hazard, and oh my gosh, like the setup, the emotions. Whenever I see Kinemon and Momo, and I'm like, just like there's that one scene with Sanji. He was feeding them, but Momo didn't want to eat it, and then Kinemon started eating and told Momo like, "It's okay, Momo. Like, let's eat." And they were crying, and Luffy's so dumb. He's just like, "Oh my gosh, the food is so good that you're crying." And then Sanji says, "No, these people have been through so much. I wonder what happened." And knowing what happened, because we know, if you're caught up with the manga, we know what happened to them. And just looking back to that, like reading it again, watching it now with more information, just so heartbreaking. Like thinking of Kinemon and Momo and what they've been through and eating that food that Sanji made. I would cry too, man. Like, I mean, I'm not even eating it, but I'm crying already. Anyway, then we go to Dressrosa. Ooh, Sanji in Dressrosa. He was amazing in this one too. That clash with Dofi. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Because it's like, oh my gosh, who's gonna come? Zoro's not here. And like, Luffy's not here. And then Sanji just goes like moonwalking. That's what they call it. Like this little skywalk. The skywalk thing. And then like clashes with Dofi. I remember reading that in manga. And I'm like, Sanji. It's so good. It's that part. And him going, like, heading to Zoe. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wow. I'm just thinking back to Dressrosa and how awesome of an arc it is. Wow. When they showed Big... Oh gosh. When they showed... I'm so sorry. I'm just fangirling here. When they showed Big Mom's ship, and Sanji told Luffy, like, I need your permission to do something. Luffy's like, what is it? And then he says, permission to attack Big Mom's ship. He's so cool. Oh, that was so good. Oh, gosh. Wow, like, those chapters. And then the chapter after it. That was 7:30, I think. That was 7:30, right? Because 7:31 is the Sabo one. Oh, so good. That's probably when I really got into One Piece, like deep into One Piece. Those chapters. But yeah, and then Sanji, they go on to Zoe, and are shown again and again how kind these people are. Like the Straw Hats, of course, with Sanji heading the group there, helping these people. Chopper, oh gosh, giving them the antidote, and then Sanji feeding them, and Brooke playing music for them. Like, gosh, like seriously, what they've done in Zoe is amazing. Zoe is such a short arc, but it's so darn good. And I'm thinking of Sanji going, Garchu to everyone. That was cute. I like it. Because it's not really perving, but it's just super excited for the skinship. Just like, Garchu. That was cute. Oh, and then we get to the Sanji arc. Whole Cake Island. Oh my gosh, I've been talking for so long. The Sanji arc. Whole Cake Island. Wow. Is when we finally saw like a complete backstory for Sanji. It's just really breaks my heart how he was treated as a child and still become this awesome person that he is now. still grow up being kind and considerate to other people, even though he went through this kind of childhood. Judge is awful. I hate him so much. The things he did to Sanji. Well, it was already messed up that he was experimenting with his kids. Like, this dude wanted his kids to be superhumans so he could, like, achieve his own, like, goal. I hate that. But Sanji, being the failure that he is, was a real disappointment to Judge. So Sanji was, they announced that Sanji died. Didn't really kill him, but he locked him up, put, like, that mask, like that Duval mask. Oh my gosh, it was foreshadowed. And they all pretended that Sanji didn't exist. Like, that's so freaking awful. He was there in the dungeon, alive, not very well, because his brothers went down there every day and beat him up. Those, like, can't really blame the brothers though, because they were, what do you call it? They became like that because of the experimentations that Judge did to them. So, like, they don't have emotions. That's why they're such a-holes. But Sanji, oh my gosh, my tummy's rumbling, I'm hungry. Sanji, going through all that, he escaped. Oh, and that moment, oh my gosh, when Judge told him, don't tell anybody that you're my son. And Sanji's just, he's a kid, my gosh. It was like holding that knife, and he couldn't do anything. He was crying. He threw away the knife. He was crying, and he escaped. And Reiju helped him. And that's how he got to that cruise ship, with the backstory that we saw in Baratie arc. My gosh. So, like, Baratie meant so much more now. Like, we know Sanji is royalty. That's why he's not eating leftovers. But then he went through that, like, time. He went hungry and all that. Thank goodness for Zeph. My gosh. If there was no Zeph, Sanji wouldn't have become the person he is now. That's true. He wouldn't have become the man he is now if not for Zeph. Sanji's backstory is so good. I do hope that they give Zoro more backstory. Maybe in Wano. I just don't like him being, like, the chosen one, you know, for Wano and all that. I don't even want him to be from Wano. But I do want more backstory for Zoro. Because they did, like, wow, like, Whole Cake Island was really Sanji's arc. And, like, what kind of person he is. Like, gosh, like, these people, like, his family, tried to kill him, you know, offered him to Big Mom for their own benefit. And when he found out that Big Mom's gonna kill his family, he didn't want to go. He wanted to stay, even though he doesn't even think of these people as family. He wanted to save them. And he wanted to save the Straw Hats. He wanted to do everything on his own because he's so kind, and he didn't want people to suffer because of him. And that's when we got Luffy. Oh my gosh. Like, Whole Cake Island's so good. That moment when Luffy said, if you're not here, I'm not going to be Pirate King. So you better come back. Ah! And then when Sanji finally came back, oh gosh, he said, yeah, I want to go back to the Sunny. This is making me want to, like, rewatch One Piece. I'm already rewatching it. I'm like on Dressrosa. But, gosh, Whole Cake Island's so good. Maybe I should I'll get there. When I'm done rewatching Dressrosa. I'll get there. Anyway, Whole Cake Island is a testament to what kind of person Sanji is. The kind person, great cook, awesome crewmate, just a beautiful person, all over. And see what happens when Oda doesn't use him as a gag. Whole Cake Island is so good. He didn't perv. Well, he did perv a little bit. But I like how he was just so sweet with Pudding. And he's just like genuinely telling her, I'm so happy that even for a moment you were my fiance. To Pudding, like no wonder Pudding was like so in love with Sanji. I would too. And then now that we're in Wano, oh gosh, Sanji wearing the raid suit. Like in Whole Cake Island, we thought that, okay, we've wrapped up Sanji's story, but I feel like it's still ongoing because he hasn't really accepted that he's a Vinsmoke. I feel like he really needs to settle that, like accept that he is a Vinsmoke. His dad is Judge, no matter how much of a bastard he is. And to accept that, because that's him. That's a part of him. He doesn't have to be bad like them. But just the acceptance, the acceptance of the name. And I really can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm grateful that Judge did all of that, because Sanji would have died when Queen was he's fighting Queen. In the latest chapter, with Sanji awakening his DNA that Sanji put in there. It's not Sanji, Judge put in there. But it's working now, and I really think it's because he wore the raid suit. So it's like connecting to his DNA, and it's awakening the powers that he actually has. I think they just got blocked by whatever medicine Sora took back then, like how antihistamine pills work. I think it just blocked the receptors in his cells, but now that blockage is gone. So, and he wore the raid suit, so like just kind of connected. That's why he had like the exoskeleton and all that. But you know what? Even before, Chopper has been saying, your body is weird. Like, how are you already healed? I mean, this dude broke his spine back in Drum Island, and he's still fine, right? So I think he's always had it, but maybe he's just a late bloomer, or because his receptors were blocked. But now, oh my gosh, in the latest chapter, he was like just going like this, and his bones were all fixed. Like, I'm so excited to see him in the raid suit. I really hope that Usopp and Frankie were able to change it up a little bit. Then he would look so good. I really like the suit that he's wearing though, like the is it magenta? No, maroon, like the reddish suit that he has is so cool. I like it so much. Anyway, I just wanted to talk about my favorite Straw Hat, which is Sanji, but I ended up going through all the arcs of One Piece. My gosh, this is so good. One Piece is so good. Anyway, that's why I love Sanji and why he's my favorite character. Let me know who's your favorite Straw Hat, and why. I want to know. And leave that down in the comments below if you feel like it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I mean, I was just ranting and fangirling over Sanji. But, I mean, isn't this what the community is all about? We just, like, blah, 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 blah every day and tell everyone how much we love One Piece. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Right? Because we're finally getting a chapter. Woo! Anyway, you guys have an awesome day and stay healthy. Bye-bye.